We usually think of wars starting with a bang, a declaration, an invasion, the first shots fired. But really, it was much quieter than that. It was the gathering of a storm. Zeus traveled to the lowest depths of the earth, to Tartarus, where strength slept that had been forgotten and would have been left there without complaint. There he freed the Cyclopes, 3 brothers with one eye between them, and they were so grateful for their freedom that they made him gifts. They gave him a thunderbolt, which was actually a spear that could deliver daylight anywhere in the universe. To Poseidon they gave a trident that could move oceans, and to Hades they gave a helm of invisibility, a shadow you could slip into whenever you needed to do something that no one should see you do. He also freed the Hecatoncheires, the 100-handed ones, Goddess, Briareus, Gyges, all eager to help. They were so strong that when they stretched out their hands, they could heft mountains and toss them about like gardeners lifting stones. So now lines are drawn, the Titans on Othrys and the young gods on Olympus. The valleys learned the taste of echo. Zeus hurled his lightning bolt, but he wasn't wild, he was exact. Poseidon struck the coasts, till every shoreline on earth remembered who first taught them to breathe. Hades was the most hidden. He stepped through fear like a man through tall grass. For 10 years the world endured push and answer, stone and flame, old strength against new harmony. And war is such a teacher. Stalemate is such a teacher. Gaia whispered again, "Give bread to the 100-handed. Give them stones to throw." And Zeus listened. So the Hecatoncheires rose like avalanches with a choice, casting boulders as if they were pebbles. And Othrys shook. The Titan line folded, not for lack of courage, for lack of footing. Kronos fell with dignity without victory, and the Titans who fought were all sent down, not erased, but imprisoned behind bronze gates in Tartarus, with the 100-handed ones set as watch, mercy on duty. Atlas was different. His fate was not a pit, but a posture. He was to shoulder the sky at the far western edge forever. That's how you turn a limit into labor. And for a while there was silence, as clean as the air after rain, though the earth's deep heart had one more answer. Giants rose from furrows, Typhon from fire and wind, and that was the last test of a new order. From bruised ground, giants sprouted, long-legged storms with hands like uprooted trees. They tested Olympus. The gods answered without cruelty, with precision. In some tellings, a mortal Heracles would one day steady the balance with an arrow. But that's not our story. This is one of the oldest. The thunder walked away to a far hill. Then Typhon rose, coil upon coil, shoulders crowned with serpents, voice of desert wind turned angry. Mountains shifted, islands shuddered. Zeus met him not with pride, alone, but with friendship's tools. Lightning nested in his hands, storm standing behind him, like a choir that knows one word. Typhon hurled boulders like insults. Zeus replied with day. Hills blistered, seas boiled at the rim. Across Cilicia and Sicily, legends say they fought where the earth shakes still. Typhon fell buried beneath Etna, a reminder that power sleeps, not dies, and that mountains sometimes breathe for reasons older than weather. Quietly, order returned. The brothers draw lots, the world is divided, and houses light their first safe fires. When we tell stories of creation, we usually begin at the start. But this one begins at the end. The primordial deities are gone, swept away in the great deluge. Only a bruised earth remains, waiting to be reborn. From it, The giants rise, monstrous and misshapen, strong as earth and sea and sky. Their leader, Typhon, is the essence of chaos, a force of nature untethered, and he tests the new order with a challenge. Let the gods show us what they can do. But first, let's rewind. Before the deluge, before the giants, there was only the void, a place without name or form, a nothingness that yearned. And from that yearning the first gods were born. Gaia, the wide earth, her body the ground beneath our feet, her breath the wind that bends the grass, her tears the rain that nourishes the fields. Uranus, the hard sky, his back a ceiling to the yearning void, his hands the cold stars, and Pontus, the deep sea, his heart the core of the drowned world, his voice the lonely wails, and together Gaia, Uranus, and Pontus formed a union, a family, a world. They birthed the blessed, the titans, the Cyclopes, the monsters, all of it. And yet, something was missing. The world was heavy, burdened by the weight of too much water. So Gaia, wise and knowing, made a plan. She sent a messenger to Pontus, begging him, "Please, my love, let some of your waters flow away, become a river to cleanse the earth." But Pontus refused. "No, Gaia, those waters are mine." And he held them tight. And so Gaia turned to Uranus, her first love, and whispered, "You must make me a home, a place where I can dwell apart from these waters." And Uranus reached down from the cold stars and carved out a hollow in his back. Gaia slipped inside, nestled against his warmth, and from that moment, the world began to change. Springs bubbled from the rocks, rivers traced paths through valleys, lakes gathered in hollows. Rain fell to nourish the thirsty earth. But the old order was crumbling. The monsters stirred beneath the waves. The titans grew restless, aching for a world of their own. And so the three deities made a plan. The earth would be shared by Gaia and Uranus, the seas by Pontus. The sky would be ruled alone by Uranus. And so the world began to spin, atop at the center of creation, while around them everything changed. The titans took shape. The giants grew tall. The monster Typhon hatched from the serpent's egg. And somewhere a small babe was born, wrapped in thunderclouds. His cries the first lightning. His name was Zeus. When the deluge came, Gaia wept. All that we have made, all that we have loved, it is ending. But Uranus and Pontus did not care. They watched from their thrones as the world was drowned, erased, renewed. And from the new dry land, the giants rose. And now Zeus stood among them, a stranger in his own creation, preparing to fight for a world that was never his to lose. Quietly, order returned. The brothers draw lots, the world is divided, and houses light their first safe fires. And that's one way the world began.